guys, welcome back to the channel. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yank this engine out of here. I'm getting a little too much blow by, and I think we're gonna switch engines on this thing. I'm tired of spending $10 a gallon on race fuel. You can see I had a little oiling issue, so I think it's time. So getting rid of this 436 cubic inch, I'll put it on the stand, put some rings in it. Doing away with the single turbo, and I'll show you what we're going to put in it. So here it is. Go with twin turbos this time. A little bit smaller cubic inch. This is a 355, where the other one's a 436. So it won't make quite the power, but we'll have a couple turbos hanging off this thing. Still moving them around where I want them. So tell me what you guys think. This thing is actually a hydraulic roller, where the other one's a solid roller. I'm 13.5 to 1. I'll be closer to 10.5 to 1 here. I can run pump gas. So that's, I think, a good plan for what I'm thinking anyway. So when these parts come in, I'll get this thing together and we'll get it on an engine stand. We'll fire it up. So here's the engine run stand that I built for it. This will work just fine. I've had that other engine on here and several engines on these stands. Plumb in for my fans, water pump. There's the fuel. I actually have a radiator for this thing I'm going to throw on the front. So I just finished wiring this up. Now just wait to get that engine done. Alright guys, so here it is, the start of pulling this engine out. I just started on it. Gonna pull the exhaust off of this, get the turbo off. I went ahead and pulled the distributor and wires. I'm going to pull the plugs out now, check those out, see what they look like. I'm sure after that last test pass, they're not probably going to be looking that great. So let's dig into this thing. Alright, so the plug that I run in these is an E3 plug. It is a racing plug. This is a race engine, just in a street car. E3 102. So it's a little bit colder plug, since I think I was running the 104s or 106s. Once I added the turbo, I went with these 102s. So let's see if I can get this thing to zoom in here. Now I've had several runs on these, so reading them would be pretty inaccurate. I'm just kind of going to look for anything that's burnt. Alright, I have all 8 out. This one seemed to look the best. Kind of what I expect to see. They're not that old a plug, but we did have a fuel issue when I was changing the fuel system over. I'll include a link in the description if you want to watch that video. So got those out. Now it's time to pull this exhaust, get this turbo off of here, get the carburetor pulled. I still got to drain the antifreeze, and then I'll just keep on going. Alright, well, I got the antifreeze drained. I think I missed the bucket a little bit. No. Yep, it's drained. Alright, that didn't take long to get down that far. Just pulled it off one big unit. Got the carburetor, valve covers off. Got pretty much everything unhooked. You got to get to this power steering and starter, that mess. But I haven't really went over anything yet. Solid roller, 648 lift. This being driven on the street, which is not very often. My valve lash seems all pretty good through that cycle. So, time for some bell housing, converter, and a couple loose ends. Get this thing yanked out. Alright, so here it is. Last time this engine's going to be in this car. We're pulling it out now. Got the old cherry picker set up. Time to yank this old girl out. Alright, there she is. It's out. Let's take a look over here. I'm going to clean up all this wiring. I think I'm still going to run the 2-speed Power Glide because I had the trans brake in there. Still going to run this FTI converter as well. The stall speed will probably change with the horsepower and the cubic inch difference. But the motor's out, guys. So I'm going to get to tearing this thing down, and I'll order some parts. And this thing will be up for sale. It made right around 690 horsepower on the dyno with some AFR 230s. These are a 220. So that'll be it for this one. We'll catch you guys on the next one.